Hello. Hello. Hi. How is everyone doing today? Happy Friday. It's Friday, right? Yeah. Happy Friday. Hello. It's been a minute. Well, I was live Monday, so it's been a few days. I hope everyone's having a good day today. I think today's the first day where I felt a little more normal. Still been a lot. I don't know. Life has been sad and really stressful and just sad. Just been a lot of sadness. And it's like I haven't even wanted to stream really because it's like I don't even know what to say kind of feeling. You know what I mean? Renaka, thank you for the tier 3 for 42 months. And Benji, thank you for the tier 1 for 11 months. Thank you guys. Yeah, it's like I don't even know what to say. I genuinely don't even know. I mean, I've said a lot on Twitter, but and I made my video, you know, yesterday, and I think that was nice. But yeah, I don't know. I think the last few days have really affected me a lot. And it's just been a lot, you know? It's been a lot for sure. But I know things will get better. For anyone who's not aware, Charlie Kirk was murdered. And it's just really... It's just been a really bad few days. Seeing like people's reactions to it, seeing people laugh and mock him, and yeah, it's been rough, to say the least. And yeah, I don't recommend going and watching the video. I unfortunately watched multiple videos, graphic videos, multiple times. Not all on my own, like, wish, but, like, some of it you're just scrolling and there it is. And I've had people even posting the graphic images, like, in some of my, like, tweets, like, and you just see it and you don't want to see it. And it's like, the image of it is like, you can't get it out of your head, you know, to see something so graphic. But yeah, I don't recommend watching it if you haven't watched it. I know some people will say, like, everyone should watch this and so they know. I just don't, I don't think so. It was bad. Right, thank you for the membership for 2 months. Thank you. Yeah, it was just really bad. And then yeah, seeing people like mock it, and I mean, obviously the mocking is awful, but even people who are like, he was so bad, he was evil, posting like out of context videos and all these things, it's like, now is just not the time, you know? It's just not the time. And it's just sad. It's sad. His family was there. His wife and his 2 children were there. Literally watched it happen. I read that his daughter actually was running towards him as it was going on because she was scared. His daughter's like 3 years old, I believe. And she was literally running towards him because she was scared and she wanted her daddy. And from what I saw, I mean, he was dead on impact. Like, it was bad. And I don't mean to make this stream just super depressing. I didn't even know, honestly, if I was really going to talk about it, but it's kind of hard not to talk about it when it's like all you can think about, you know? And then people bring up every other tragedy as if they are not also important. But I saw something that really, it really spoke to me. I saw it on Facebook, actually, from someone from, like, my hometown, but they basically wrote this, like, really long post about, you know, when someone tells you something really bad that happened in their life, usually the best thing to do is just to listen and be, you know, be with them in that moment. You don't usually hear them say really awful, tragic things and say, well, this happened too, and, you know, just to let you know, this happened also, and this is worse, or, you know, why are you not upset about this? It's like, it's just not the time. It's just not the time. It's not that other things are not important. I mean, to be quite frank, there were certain things I didn't even know that happened. I know my tail's like glitching out weird. I noticed that. It's like shaking. Here, I can fix that. I can just, hold up. Where is it at? I can become a human. Did you guys know I have this toggle? But, yeah, it's just like, there's just no need to, yeah, make it a contest, and, yeah, it's just sad. And, I don't know. It's just wrong, man. It's so wrong. I really looked up to him a lot. I mean, a lot of you guys know, and I don't usually talk about politics that much. I usually try to not talk about politics that much because, like, I always wanted my page to be more of like an escape from all of that stuff. But when something like this happens, it just feels like you have to say something, you know? But like, some of you guys know, but when I was like in college, when I was younger, I was very, very, very liberal. I was never to the point where I would have celebrated something like this, but I was a lot more left-leaning than I am now. And it was really people like Charlie Kirk that opened my eyes to a lot of things. I would watch his videos, and I remember watching his videos like a few years ago and being like, this guy's so annoying. But I would watch them. And at first I was like hate watching, you know, like this guy's so annoying. What is he saying? Like, and then I would watch, and I would watch more, and I don't even know what happened. Just over time I started to like see his point on things, and I started to like be like, you know, this guy's actually not that bad. And then like, I don't know, he really opened my eyes to so many things. I feel like his approach was always, he was always very kind. He just wanted to talk, you know? Yeah, Louisa, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, I mean, even if you have to, and I didn't agree with him on everything. I mean, like, I don't agree with most people on every single thing. I think it's uncommon to agree with someone on every single thing, but I think he made good points, and I think that he had good intentions, you know? That's like, I feel like a huge issue with our culture now is that we see people who have a different opinion than us. And I'm not saying that people don't sometimes have bad intentions, or that they're not doing things that are not good, that are bad. But I feel like a big issue is that we look at people who have different opinions than us and we assume that they have bad intentions. And I just don't think that's true with a lot of people. I think people can have different opinions but still have good intentions, even if I think that their opinion is really wrong and harmful. And they, you know, they might think the same thing about me or other people, you know, but I don't know. It's been really sad. I've cried a lot. I don't want to cry right now. I have cried a lot because just like the image of it, like seeing it, and I saw a video of it, you know, like I can't imagine seeing that in person, and then also being someone that like knew him, like his wife or his children, and seeing that happen right in front of your face. I can't even imagine what that would do to you. I don't even know how I would be alive, you know. And as someone who was married, and I've had, you know, I mean, there are definitely people that want my husband killed. There are definitely people that don't like us and don't like him. And I mean, we've gotten death threats, you know, bad things have, you know, been said to us. And like what happened to his wife is really like the worst nightmare. Do you know what I mean? Like that was probably like one of her biggest fears, you know, because I know he got tons of, you know, I'm sure threats and hate and all different kinds of things. And you know, everyone always says like nothing ever happens, but this time something did happen, and it was awful. And I don't know, man, it's just messed up. It's just really messed up. And I'm honestly nervous for what's going to happen next. And I'll say in the chat, like, I don't really want you guys to share like rumors and stuff of who he was or whatever. Like, I want to stick to the facts. We don't know exactly all the facts yet, and I don't want to be like spreading just like rumors of this or that, because things can be not true, you know, and I only want the truth. And I also, you know, I was posting some things, because when I first like heard about all of this, it made me so upset. I was so upset. I didn't want it to be true, but it was true. And I was making posts about it because I was upset and I was angry. And I said, you know, political violence is wrong. And I had people tell me, people on like our side, I mean, I don't like the whole like, you know, this side, that side. I had like a lot of people telling me like, oh, you're a stupid woman. This is why we shouldn't have given women the right to vote. Sometimes violence is necessary. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And then people were saying I was saying that like, you can't defend yourself. And I never said you can't defend yourself, but I don't even know what these people mean by defending themselves, because like, do they mean we need to like go and kill someone on the other side? Like, is that what they mean by defend themselves? Because I don't believe you should just go and do that. And it's not even like it was like these people were being legit. These people were being serious in my comments, and it's hard because I think extremism on any side is wrong. I don't think we should be advocating for violence of any kind. And I understand being angry, and I understand being upset and angry and wanting, you know, justice. But I think that's what we should seek, right? We should seek justice with the legal system and actually have it work. And not like, you know, vengeance and going after other people. Like, it's just messed up. And Charlie did want to talk, and Charlie would not want this to be used as an excuse for people to, you know, start killing more people. And I pray that doesn't happen. Because that is not at all what he wanted, you know? That is not at all what he wanted, and I just don't... I mean, I watched him a lot, and I just don't believe that he would want any of this. Yeah, it's like the horseshoe theory, right? Like, the extremes, they touch each other, and at the end of the day, they're both just as bad as each other. I mean, when you're talking about just killing people, you can't put that in, you can't like play God, you know, and go around and wipe out the people you think have bad opinions. And if you're in my chat right now and you're saying something like that, I don't want you here. I don't care what side or whatever you're on. I don't want you here if you think people should just die. And I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry, actually. That's just how I feel. And I just pray that people open their eyes to the fact that, like you said, an eye for an eye makes the whole world blind. I'm not saying we shouldn't get justice. I mean, they got the guy now. Thank God, because I was scared they weren't going to find him. Because it took a while, and apparently they got the wrong person. And I was scared they weren't going to find him, but it sounds like they got him. I watched the news a bit today, and then I had to turn it off because I literally just couldn't watch it anymore. But, yeah, I want justice. Like, I think there should be justice. But at the same time, violence is not the answer. Yeah, I heard that his father turned him in, and then I heard some other things, but ultimately I'm just glad they have him in custody. And it's just terrifying. It's just terrifying. And I can't even imagine going through what his wife is going through right now. Like, I feel like that's all I've been able to think about was, like, what if that was me, you know? And then to see people, like, mock them, and, like, I know that they would do the same thing to me, makes my, like, stomach turn, honestly. Because I know, and I always would say, you know, like, I know there will be people that would be so happy if me or Rev died, and, like, you see things like this, and you're like, that's the confirmation that they would be so happy, and it's just so messed up, because, like, nobody should ever have to go through that, like, ever. And these kids are gonna grow up without a father, and I know what that's like, you know. My dad died when I was a baby, and I never had a dad. And of course it didn't happen like this. This is way worse. But it's like, how did we get this far away from seeing people as human beings, you know? It's just awful. And I'm sorry to cry. I didn't want to cry. This has been a lot recently. And, it's just been a lot. And I agree, we need to pray for our enemies even when it's hard. We should pray for the shooter. I know people don't want to hear that, but it's true. And pray for his family. Of course, pray for Charlie Kirk's family. Pray for everyone. This is just awful. And for all the people who, you know, bring up other tragedies when we're talking about Charlie, as if Charlie is not allowed to have his own, like his own posts about him. It's like, the other tragedies are awful, you know. No one's saying what's happening in the Middle East right now isn't awful. No one's saying that innocent people all around aren't dying. No one's saying that families are being destroyed left and right everywhere, and that other shootings have happened, and that there's issues with lots of things. But it's like, it's also, I feel like it hits you different whenever it's someone that, like, you watched and you knew. Like, I watched all of his videos. I knew him. It's not to say that other things are not important. They are, and they make me sad, but it's just different. You know what I mean? Like, it hits you differently when it's someone that you watched, and you've watched so many of his videos, and it feels different. Like, and that's not what I'm saying. So I should pray for the leopard that's about to pounce me instead of shooting it in self-defense. If someone's literally about to attack you and try to hurt you, like physically, yes, of course you should defend yourself. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. The shooter is in custody. Us praying for him right now isn't going to change that, and it shouldn't change that. He should stay in custody, and justice should be served. It's like the point goes over people's heads. And it's sad. Collins, thank you for the super chat. I don't care what the world says, I care what Christ says. He is angry about this, and does he desire justice? Absolutely. But above all, he desires that we love. Yeah. People don't get it. And Cheerful Cynic, thank you as well. And Mischief, thank you for the tier 3. Welcome in. I know, it was an awkward time to join. I appreciate it. Oh my god, you knew him, Mischief? He was a friend of a friend? You know him and you hung out a couple times? I'm so sorry. I mean, I don't know what happened to him to make him so radicalized. And to make him do something this evil. But I pray for his soul because this is messed up. It's just so messed up. I mean, words cannot describe how messed up this is, you know? Tony, thank you for the $5 super chat. Weak men create hard times, part of the cycle. I have a 2.5-year and a 1-month-old son. I fear for their future. Yeah. I get it. I don't know, man. I don't want to live in fear, though. I don't want to be afraid. I mean, I think it's normal to be, you know, a little like scared when things like this happen, obviously, but I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to like earlier today I was thinking, and I think about this often because I also like have anxiety and I overthink things all the time, but like I'll want to go to the movies, you know? I want to go see a movie, and I'll be like, what if, like, someone shoots up my movie theater? You know? I'll think about that. Or, like, one time, me and Rev went and saw this, like, horror movie, and for some reason, we were the only people in the whole theater, except one guy walked in and sat directly behind us by himself. And, which, like, first of all, maybe he picked out that seat, but, like, we bought our tickets online and I could see that no one had bought a seat yet, so like he specifically chose the seat right behind us alone, and it was a horror movie, of course. And the whole time I'm just thinking that this guy is gonna like stab me in the neck. Like literally I was having like we had to actually move over a few seats because I was getting so paranoid about it. And like that is so, and obviously nothing happened, but do you know what I mean? Like the fact that you would even have to think about that, the fact that that would even go through your head, that someone might do that, is just so insane. And I'm not saying, and again, like Isaiah just said, never assume you're 100% safe in public. I'm not saying you should just like, you know, ignore your surroundings. Obviously you shouldn't, because we live in a reality, you know. Our reality is messed up, but we live in that messed up reality. Excuse me. And we should be aware of what's happening around us, and as stressful as it is and as unfair as it is, it's just the truth, you know? Speaking of, how should I pray for my enemy people who I don't like? Saying this because the praying for the shooter point you said is really interesting. I would say pray for their souls. I would say pray for their eyes to be open to the truth that what they did was so wrong and incomprehensible. Pray for them to come to Jesus and to accept him as their Lord and Savior, and to have a relationship with him, and for him to renew their soul and their mind and their spirit. And just to pray for all of those things, I would say. Because yeah, it's important. And I'm not, and like you say stuff like that and people are like, why would you pray for that person? You know, like they're bad. Like, yes, they did something awful. They did. Do you know who Paul is in the Bible? Paul. He did a lot of bad things. Now, am I saying that this shooter is gonna turn to Jesus and repent? I don't know that. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But we should still pray for him, pray for his soul and his salvation. It doesn't mean we should pray for him to get out of jail or get out of whatever, or prison or whatever I believe they're seeking the death penalty. It doesn't believe that he should get out of whatever that the justice system declares is the appropriate response, but you know, those are two different things. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Paul, formerly Saul, used to be a Pharisee before becoming a Christian. He literally was in the process of killing Christians, you know? So you were literally just typing about Paul. Yeah. Well, that's what I think too when people say like someone's too far gone, or that they're too far gone, or they've done too many bad things in their life that they can't come to Christ, because I've heard that a lot. That like they don't even want to try and come to God because they've just done too much bad. I'm always like, look at Paul. And look how God used him. And again, I'm not saying that this is what's going to happen to this guy. I don't know what's going to happen to this guy. I'm not God. I don't know. Do I think he should go to hell? I'm not God. I can't tell you that. That's not my place to say whether someone should or shouldn't go to hell. That's not up to me. I know people don't want to hear that. And again, I'm saying what he did was disgusting. It was pure evil. Like, I'm not saying it wasn't, it was. But God is the final judge. I'm not the judge. It's not me. Yeah, and pray for the shooter's family, because they see, I mean, again, I don't know the family, but from what I've seen, they seem like relatively normal people, and this is like a parent's, like, one of their worst fears, I think, is that they do everything they can to raise their kid to be, like, a good person, and then their kid turns out to be a shooter. Like, that's terrifying. This is awful. And, yeah. I can't even imagine being a parent in this situation and finding out that your kid did this. You can't confuse eternal consequences of sin and earthly consequences. This is true. Leon, thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate it. Thank you. I thought I changed all the songs, but I guess we still have this one. You get a little more Caramel Johnson. Wow. Cynic, thank you for the dono. Have I seen the video? No, I have not seen that. No. I have not seen that. Yeah, only God can know the heart of a person. Well, that's why even I've seen people say about me, you know, that I'm like a grifter, that I'm not really. I don't think that it's your place to decide who is really saved and who isn't. I think when I get gifted subs on Twitch, my stream like lags. But I think it's okay now. It said it like showed like a little thing, but I think it like went away right away. Hopefully stream's fine. I must be highly uneducated. What's a grifter? I mean, people will use that word and call like anybody that, but technically it's someone who is like appealing to a certain position or side, certain group of people to try and like get somewhere, like financially, get views, all of that. Is it not lagging anymore though? Hopefully it's good now. But yeah, people will say that about like anybody though. Like people will say like I'm a grifter even though like I am a Christian and I believe everything I say. I don't say anything that I don't believe. And yet no, Twitch lost audio. I'm telling you, man. Did Twitch really lose audio? Bruh. It's literally the... People can hear on YouTube. I don't know what it is lately. It's like the gifted sub. It's okay. Aww. YouTube.com/@ Wait, we can hear. Yeah, YouTube can hear. Yeah, if you open up... Isn't that crazy? Oh my goodness. I'm starting to think it's not... I'm starting to think it's Streamlabs and not my Wi-Fi, because why would it work on... Why would it work on YouTube and not on Twitch? Do you know what I mean? Like, why would the audio cut out on Twitch and not on YouTube? If it was my Wi-Fi. I don't get that. I don't get why audio would be on one and not the other. Hopefully it just doesn't go green screen, but it doesn't seem like a Wi-Fi. Yeah, Bob, I don't know. It's so weird. It's so weird. But, just trying to attempt to piece together. A grifter is someone who fakes being Christian. No, you're good. So, like, I was just saying, like, people use that word to, like, do anything. Like, people will say that word about anyone. Audio crash again there. Wait, so is it crashing now on YouTube too? Is it crashing now? Can you hear it? Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me on YouTube? I know on Twitch apparently you can't hear, but let me know. I was gonna say I can try and no, not YouTube. No, not YouTube. No, we can't hear. Okay, sorry. I'm like so confused. Yeah, this computer is connected to a router via the internet. Okay. Anyways, I was just saying, like, the whole grifter thing. People will say, like, grifter, about, like, anybody. But I just got, like, 3 follows from Twitch. I think the whole the Twitch is, like, I think it's Twitch glitching on here. Okay, glad I'm back. Okay, but yeah, people just will call you a grifter. If they don't like you or they don't like what you're saying. I would suggest Googling grifter, but like I'm not a grifter. People will call me one. People will say I'm a grifter because I'm not really a Christian. I'm just pretending to be a Christian so I can get clout and attention and have people follow me and like my posts. And I've had people tell me like, oh, I know your content was failing, so you switched directions, you're just grifting. Like, people say that, which is just like insane to me, because I feel like if I was gonna grift, if I had no morals and I was gonna grift, I would like be an OnlyFans person or something. Like, no offense to OnlyFans people, but like I would just do like porn audios or something. I mean, I already had a big audience for ASMR. Like, if I just was just grifting to try and make money, like, I could have very easily made a lot of money doing something like that. You know what I mean? Like, and yeah, I've gotten so much pushback. I deleted like freaking like 500, it was like 300 and something videos, and it was like 500 total audios if you count all the ones that were like Patreon exclusives. Like, do you know how much money I've lost? Like, it's just the truth. And I'm not like, you know. Cherry, thank you for the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Hi, my name is Strawb if you don't know me. I'm a VTuber. But yeah, like if I cared about money so much, my Patreon went from like, my Patreon dropped like 75%, and my YouTube dropped like 80% in revenue. And I mean, it could be even more than that if I was actually uploading more, like previously, because I wasn't uploading as much ASMR towards the end. But yeah, like if I was a grifter, if I really had no morals and didn't care, like if I really wasn't a Christian, because people say I'm not really a Christian, I'm just grifting. If I, like, why would I do this, you know? Why wouldn't I just go more hardcore into the ASMR, go into more lewd stuff? Like, I could do full on, you know, I mean, I could have did sex work. I didn't. But like, if I was grifting, if I just wanted to make a lot of money, I could have did that. Yeah, I'm the world's worst grifter, guys. I'm really bad at it. Like, what? Do you know how many people were mad at me for deleting my ASMR videos? Do you know the comments that I still get on my YouTube channel of, ugh, what a waste. You have such a nice voice, what a waste. It's like, bruh. No lag. Don't tell me it's lagging again. I don't see it on my end, but maybe it's just your connection. I wish that I could like restart streams without whatchamacallit, without like the VODs getting clipped in half, but if you restart it doesn't. No, it's not lagging here. Y'all are stressing me out. A little bit of lag, but not okay. But do you know what I mean? Bro, I'm about to get demolished with these gifted subs, but thank you. Kato, thank you for the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. I'm telling you, the gifted subs and probably the raids and everything else are making my stream lag, but I very much appreciate them. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. I don't play any instruments. Growing up, I did like chorus, and I always liked to sing, but I can't. By the way, I can't imagine someone getting angry at deleting an ASMR video. A lot of people were mad. And I mean, like, I understand people being upset, I guess, just because, like, they don't have the same convictions that I have, and, so for them, they're like, this was my favorite thing, like, I use this every night to sleep, or whatever, and blah, blah, like, you took away my comfort. Like, I can see why someone would be upset, but at the same time, like, if my stream deserves to be demolished, then thank you, Kato. Oh, thank you. But, yeah, it's like if someone... Yes, I understand, like, the initial reaction, but I guess, like, my issue is, like, when someone finds out why I did it, like, when someone hears my, like, testimony, or they hear, like, just me talk about, like, why I did it, you know, why I felt convicted and I deleted my videos because I was uncomfortable, and because, you know, more towards the end, I was leaning into more lewd stuff. I mean, I never did, like, straight up NSFW work, but, like, I leaned into really flirty... like, really flirty, trying to be sexy kind of audios, and I did it for attention, I did it for money, I did it for views. I didn't do it because it made me feel good about myself. It didn't make me feel good about myself. It didn't, you know what I mean? Like, that, it didn't make me feel good. It didn't make me proud of myself. It didn't make me happy. I pushed past my own comfort levels and would keep pushing and pushing more and more, because I saw when I did that stuff, I got rewarded for it. You know, I got more money, I got more views, more people would join my Patreon. Like, I mean, it's just the truth. That's why I kept doing it. And then it came to a point where I was like, you know, on my path to finding God, and I was doing all this stuff, and I was like, these two things can't coexist. It just is not gonna work. And I tried to talk myself out of it many times. I would tell myself, like, oh, I'll try to make excuses for it and try to justify it. But ultimately I was like, I just can't keep doing this, and I can't even leave these up because I just can't, you know? And some people will never understand that, and to those people, I just say, like, I'm sorry that you don't understand, but at the end of the day, it is my life, it's my content, and I have a right to remove my videos. And I know some people have, like, you know, downloaded them. I've had issues of some people, like, trying to re-upload. I mean, I can't do anything about it. All I can do is what I can do. You know what I mean? Like, I know I'm not naive. I know there are websites out there that have my content, like my old videos. I know people listen to them. All I can do is ask you not to, because I don't really want you to listen to that stuff. But I mean, what can I do, you know? Like, that's not my fault. You know what I mean? Like, that's not my problem, really. Jackie, thank you for the Prime for 39 months. Kato, I appreciate that, and I'm sorry. Yeah, things have been tough, but, you know, we're gonna keep pushing through. Everything's gonna be... I truly believe that everything's gonna be okay. I believe, and, you know, you guys might not believe this, that's okay. I don't expect everyone in my community to be Christian. Especially because I'm making more Christian content, I don't expect everyone here to be Christian. I don't expect you guys to have all the same opinions and thoughts as me, but I do believe that God is sovereign and that he works everything together for our good, even when really tragic, awful, horrible things happen. I have to believe that there's a reason for everything, even if we don't understand, and even if we never understand in this lifetime. I have to believe that there's a reason for these things, and that, you know, God will make good come out of evil. I really believe that, and I think I know Charlie believed that too. I mean, I've heard him say it himself, that, you know, God gives us free will because we're not, because he doesn't want a bunch of robots that just, like, have to love him, because that's not love. If someone forces you to love them, that's not love, you know? If I like, you know, took you and put a gun against your head and made you do everything I said, made you stay, you know, in my house and be with me and tell me you love me, is that love? That's not love. And that's why God gave us free will. We can do whatever we want. We can also do evil with our free will. And, you know, at the end of the day, God decides what happens, but we also have free will. So he has a plan for everything. And if something bad happens, we just have to know that God, his plans are higher than our plans. And yeah, we just have to know that he has a plan for everything. He has it all figured out. And yeah, that even if it makes absolutely no sense to us right now, even if we just cannot understand it, we have to trust in him that it's all gonna work out. And that's way easier said than done sometimes. Like, you know, it's way easier said than done. But I mean, it is the truth, you know. Sometimes the truth is not always fun or easy to hear, you know. It doesn't make it less true, but it makes it the truth. So Paul, what are you talking about? That was so random. Yeah, and see, like, I don't think ASMR necessarily needs to be that way. I intend to keep making some ASMR. Again, I said it wasn't gonna be my main focus anymore. It doesn't mean I'm not gonna make any anymore. I mean, I got a $2,000 mic sitting right over here for ASMR. I can't let that go to waste. And I enjoy doing it sometimes. I do. I just, you know, I don't think it's something that I feel led to do, like, 24/7 right now, but doesn't mean I'm not gonna ever make any more. But when I do make it, it's going to be, like, really wholesome and good. I'm going to take a quick BRB because I need to make dinner. I just need to throw some stuff in the air fryer. So give me like 2 minutes. Don't do anything crazy while I'm gone. No gifting subs because it's going to literally kill my computer. I'm serious. Okay, I'll be right back.